Paint protection film is the best way to protect your car. But what is it? What does it protect from? How long does it last? How do you maintain it? And how much does it cost? In this video, I'm going to answer all your questions you may have about paint protection film. So let's get to it. All right, we've prepped the car. It's polished, it's clean, it's ready to go. They're taking some parts off the car so we can...
like pitting or little scratches, or like ideally when we go and install film, we want it to look like OEM paint. If the film itself is scratched or has little imperfections in it, obviously you're gonna see it a lot more once you actually put it on the paint. So we wanna check it right before we install it, and then once we know it's perfect, let's go, let's put it on.
Nowadays, nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the domain just whole team here, might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management.
So what we have here is we have a mixture of soap and water. The main reason why we like to use soap and water for a mixture is just so we can maneuver the film wherever we need. See how I can slide it back and forth? I can adjust it here, I can adjust it there, just so I can get perfect placement on this modified kit that we just adjusted. This allows us to really play with it and get the maximum amount of coverage without it getting stuck or having the least distortion. Applying PBF is very, very difficult. It takes a lot of time and a lot of practice to really get good at it. There's a lot of installers, there's a lot of different methods, there's a lot of different ways to get from point A to point B. And it really comes down to the installer and how proficient he is, how technically correct he wants to be. There's a lot that goes into this.
Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos.
Did you ever watch Bob Ross growing up?
Yeah.
So when I do this, I feel like Bob Ross.
Everything just...
Thunder's installed. We're gonna do what we like to do here and be a little extra. So now you see all this extra film right here. So we're gonna wrap the front edge of the fender. We're gonna wrap the back edge of the fender. This top piece that goes into the pillar, we're gonna wrap that. Into the hood gets wrapped. There's gonna be places where you can't wrap, like around this headlight. Behind there's no real edge for the film to grab onto, and what we notice on these Teslas that the back side of it isn't even painted. So we can't wrap the back of that. But it's not a big deal. We just have to line up this piece right here, make it look really flush, and the film is pretty much invisible. Also, now that we're done, now we're gonna inspect it and make sure that it actually came out perfect. So we're gonna look for little small pieces of dirt, imperfections, anything that the regular eye can't see, but I'm gonna catch. And this fender looks fantastic. I don't really see any type of dirt or distortion. So to me, this thing is freaking badass. Jason's gonna love this. We can go ahead and start finishing all these edges. Over the top, 100% what we're all about. Beautiful.
And it's only the foundation. I
going crazy. Just trying to find a way. I was in the basement.
All right, so we're doing something a little bit special for Jason, and we're going to be installing XPEL's 10 mil film. This is a film that is slightly thicker from the 8 mil film that we normally use. XPEL Ultimate Plus is 8 mils thick, and what we're putting on is 10 mils. This is going to be more beneficial for higher impact, more rock chips. It also looks slightly clearer when you stretch it enough and properly install it. Some downfalls from this is just the way it installs. It's slightly thicker, so it does make it harder to install. It does make it harder to look cleaner. When you have a seam anywhere, it shows that seam a lot more. But overall, this is just a much better product if for a daily or a high impact area like this front bumper.
Only like you when I'm lonely. Got me looking in the mirror for the self-diagnosis. Feel like they villainize me for they ever get to know me. They tell me that you need me, but your action didn't show it. Knowing that you play the angles, and I'm seeing through your motives.
So there is white dirt.
Where you pointed out?
It's right.
Hold on, oh, yeah. What is that?
So it's a rare phenomenon. White dirt.
White dirt.
We don't know what it is.
And I'm gonna be rich because I'm the only person on earth who knows where you can find white mud.
We're gonna find out what it is. It could be anything. It could be lint, it could be a small piece of like the ceiling or some dust. Yeah, there's so many things that can go wrong. So it's not even white. So it's actually gray.
So you're picking that out?
Yeah. So it's the smallest speck of, I don't know if you can see that, right in my nail. It's actually a gray particle. But when it goes under the film, somehow it transforms into white.
Okay. So you just picked it out of the film?
Yes, sir. Yeah, just picked it out. Now we're gonna lay it back down.
Alright. And it's gone. All right, the guys just got done wrapping the entire car in paint protection film. It looks gorgeous. We have some other things to do it. We're gonna ceramic coat it. We gotta do the windows, we gotta do the wheels. But first, I wanna show you, demonstrate the self-healing properties of this film. This is why I love this film so much, because I don't have to worry about scratches or swirl marks. I know it's gonna look great every single day. This is a wire brush. We're gonna wire brush the front here. And then I'm gonna show you how it self-heals. Like normally it self-heals out in the sun. It self-heals with heat. But we're in Chicago, it's cold, it's the middle of the winter, so we're gonna use a heat gun and I'll show you guys how it works. We're gonna clean this front hood off first. We all know scratch is gonna happen if you're wiping the snow off your car with a brush or improper washes, whatnot. You can get scratches and swirls. What's nice about the self-healing film, I'll show you. So we're just gonna scratch this. Ready? All right, you see the scratches? Those are some pretty deep scratches by a wire brush. And I'm gonna show you how this works. I went too deep on that one. All right, you can see the before and after. All the scratches have disappeared. except for one of them. We went a little too deep on one of them. You can see the difference here though, so come on in and take a look at the afterwards after. See, we have one deeper scratch there.